What's up, people? Manyface Publishing. Gotta keep a low voice. Taking a little time to, reintroduce myself to the people. I'm just a fan. I'm just a regular man. And, I'm just here to give my opinions. Whether you like it or not, you agree or not, it's just my opinion. It's nothing personal. So anyways, man, I notice there's always, in this day and age, now that everybody has the phone, everybody has an opinion, no one's ever wrong. No one ever, can just break down and give a genuine, yo, my bad, yo, I was wrong. Everybody has to clap back, and they clap back the clap back. So you offend me, and then I respond and express how you offend me. Maybe throw a shot or two back at you. Now I gotta retaliate again and re-offend you. Because instead of me be like, damn, I shouldn't even said that about the brother or the sister, I was wrong. I gotta keep this shit going. I gotta keep attacking you. So, like, how do we squash our problems? And, some brothers, is always squash face to face. I noticed that, like, once you get in a person's face, all of a sudden the energy change, right? But on, cameras, when you're behind your phones, everybody's a gangster, everybody's a tough guy. But when it's face to face, we can hash it out now. Mysterious. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm just a fan. I'm just a regular man. That's it. So, like, what is the need for everybody to have to be right? Only God is right all the time, not us. We can make mistakes, we human. So if you do something and somebody feels offended, now I can see if they going crazy on you. Yeah, you gotta say, maybe you do have to clap back, but if it's just you, hold on a second. Let me see if I can charge this up, man. If it's just you saying something disparaging about somebody or disrespecting somebody, what I'm saying, and they clap back at you, if you offended somebody in your comments and they, just express, hey, look, man, I ain't like what this person said, this person was wrong, whatever. What is the need for you to keep going with the shit? Just take the L, man. You know what I'm saying? Or you get some of these people, they get on cameras. Oh, I got this degree, that degree. I'm a journalist, I'm a reporter, I'm an athlete, and they say disparaging things that offend people, and then you check them on it, and you say, hey, look, that wasn't right. You this, that, and the third that took offense to this. Yo, these motherfuckers will clap back at you like, yo, fuck that, they'll double down on it. So how do we fix the problem? If no one can admit their own faults and just say, yo, I didn't mean to offend you, yo, my bad. Why the need to clap back? Is it for the audience? Yeah, obviously it's for the audience, but why, man? Can't people just be like, yo, look, like I seen something earlier where someone felt offended by something that was said about them, and you know, they didn't really try to diss the person. Instead of it, they just acknowledge like, yo, that was messed up. By you using your platform to, come at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see the person, instead of just saying, yo, you know what? Even if I'm right, I was wrong for publicly attacking that person because the person did nothing to me. I just saw something she did or he did that I didn't like, and I spoke on it. But it offended that person of how you spoke on it. And instead of just saying you leave it alone and just be like, you know what, my bad, God knows best, you double down. You still trying to prove your point. And this is the shit that I'm talking about. Fam, you offended the person. And I've seen that happen within, the brotherhood several times. I've seen brothers say things that offend other people. And instead of them like, yo, you know what, my bad, they run behind a religion in God's words. And then that's how they try to justify their point. Yeah, but well, God said, Allah said that no, don't run behind that, because it's not you trying to, by you doing that, you cutting that person's emotions or how they felt short. If that person felt offended and they telling you, yo, look, I didn't like the tone, or I didn't like the comment, I felt it was a little disrespectful. Just respect that, man, and be like, you know what, my bad. That's not what I meant, but my bad. But to try to, double down on what you say, that's like you're not even listening to the person that's telling you how they felt. You don't care. How could you care if you doubling down on what you're saying? It's just this is a bad time we live in, man. Everything is about trying to prove I'm right and no one else is right. And it shouldn't be like that, man. Yo, there's plenty of times, right, where some of my homies or my friends have checked me like, yo, you was butting, nigga. Like, nah, my nigga, that's not how we move. And I had to wear that when I'm gonna say, yo, because I feel like, I'm a tough guy. Yeah, nah, you won't talk to me. They ain't come at me disrespectful. They telling me, yo, look, this is how I felt. I didn't like that. Yo, you gotta chill. That wasn't right. Yo, my bad. And won't happen again. And you just acknowledge it. Take the fucking L, man. Like, yo, look, you was wrong. Somebody pulls your card and says, yo, you was wrong. It happens. I've done it. Like I said, I've made mistakes like that. And I've also had to, pull people to the side too and check them. Like, yo, fam, that shit you said, I didn't really like that, man. Like, let's not, disrespect each other like that, and we can hash that out. Dap it up. That person apologizes. We go about our day. It shouldn't be, yo, I said something, you disrespect somebody, and the person tell you, you disrespecting me, and you turn around and be like, man, but I only said it because I did it. What? So you just saying forget how I felt because you trying to prove you're right in what you just did to me. That's a problem, man. Because it's not acknowledging where this person is coming from. You just want to get your point across. This is something we got to fix, man. And we got to stop. Like, I hear a lot of, people that, like, athletes And, you know, I say I'm just a fan as a slogan, right? As just because I'm trying to be respectful. I respect all athletes, all actors, anybody that can get in front of a camera and perform. That shit is hard, man. It's not nothing easy. You know, boxing, any sport, football, baseball, any sport, acting, because you're putting your talents on display for the world to criticize it, right? They're gonna like it, they're gonna hate, some people are gonna hate it. It is what it is. So this is what we do. So I respect even some of the athletes that we don't think are very good. They're good enough to get on that television. So we respect them all, man. Gotta respect them. So I never want athletes to ever think, me personally, that I disrespect the athletes or I think I know more than them. Nah, they play the game, they do what they do. But I got two eyes, man. I have a brain, man. I can think too, just like everybody else, man. And I'm not a person that just sits on the couch all day and just, you know, just watch from my mom's basement. Like I actually have kids. I have 2 jobs, and you know, actually, you know, I'm out here on the grind, man. I try to help people, you know, and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to encourage people to do right. You know, everybody that got an opinion ain't just sitting on their couch, man, just because they not famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what everybody walks in life is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just because a person ain't out here on TV or didn't box or didn't, I got 2 eyes and I can think. And just because you didn't make it professional don't mean you never played the sport to understand it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nobody's saying that. Like, I'm not saying that I'm a professional or I know what goes on in locker rooms and that's where I draw my line. Like, I don't know all that shit. So that is where I, you know what I mean? I can't comment on things like that I don't know about. But stuff that's public knowledge, stuff that we can see, we have a right as humans to interpret it. Now, you don't got a right to disrespect people, you know, or talk like you're better than those athletes, you know, like, but because once you start talking like that, now I can understand the athlete saying, "Fan, well, show me then. Like, if you think you shoot the ball better than me, show me." But there's a difference with that and somebody just critiquing a game or something happening in a game. It's just a game. It's sports. This is what, if we don't critique the shit and we don't cheer it on, then what's the point of y'all playing in front of us? Like, so, you know what I mean? So it's like you're going to get negative, you're going to get positive. That's the point of playing the sport. You know what I'm saying? So we need the fans. So the fans is the ones that's going, if we can't analyze the game, what's the point of us watching it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can't cheer you on, we can't boo you, we can't analyze the game, we can't give our opinion on who we think is better, what the fuck are we watching the game for? I might as well just go into an empty gym and play ball, man. Or box or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? So, you know, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, some of these, you know what I mean? I don't like when people devalue people's opinions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because they ain't play. Like I said, if the person is talking like they know more and they can do, I can understand you cooking them. All right, let me see what you can do. You know, but if we arguing points of stuff that we all can see, why can't I have an opinion? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be, oh, you never played the sport, so you gotta just shut up and don't say anything? Like, the fuck is that? Like, you ain't never get up and go to work every day. How do you like somebody say you ain't an everyday citizen? Because you don't get up and go to work every day. You play ball, you got everything handed to you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what it's like in the real world? Like, come on. Like, we gotta stop that shit, man. Like, This, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, people, like I said, people should have a right to their opinions as long as they're not disrespecting the person, you know, I mean, like, that they are viewing. You know, critique a person, you know, like boom. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I would never disrespect his family, disrespect him personally, you know, even though I don't rock with dude as far as basketball, and, you know, I don't know this man personally to not like, I don't, you know what I mean, like, and that's the thing, you gotta be realistic. I don't know him, you know what I mean, he could be a nice guy, all I know. I don't know. But I'm just going from my visual, what I see, and the things that I read, and the things that I'm hearing about the guy. He doesn't seem like a very good person. But does that mean you disrespect him? No. Can I talk and critique him? Yeah, I can. That's why we in America, we have a freedom of speech, man. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can, you know, critique him and talk my shit, you know. But I would never disrespect the man. And you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't, you know what I mean? Because he's stuck in there. I don't know this man to be disrespecting him, man. Like, my comments about him is all on what I see from the cameras. That's it. I don't know the man personally, you know, to know his walk of life or what his intention is and all this shit. We just talk sports. We talk our shit. We go by what we see. What's the problem? Why is it, oh, you ain't never played sports, so you can't speak? What's the point of us watching it then, man? Get the ball, go to an empty gym, tell them owners to still pay you the same money without the fans. That's what the fans are here for. We're here to watch the game, critique the game, cheer the game on, boo the game. That's what fans do. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, we like to, you know, belittle each other, and it's crazy. Like I said, there's some people, but I do agree, there's some people that talk a lot of shit, like they can do better, right? Those are the ones that deserve to get cooked, because you're talking like you can do better. You're talking like, you know, you go out there and perform. You're talking like you're a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, some of us, we get a little emotional, we watch the game, you know, why he ain't run the football? Why he ain't throw the ball? You know, that's part of being a fan. But when you're trying to tell them, yo, well, play the call, yo, call this play. When you're telling the person, yo, this guy can't shoot, I can shoot better than this guy, you know. All right, so now, since you're talking like you better, or if I was coaching the game, I would do this, I would do that. And if I was boxing, I would go in there and I would do this and I would do that. When you start talking like that, like you're better than that athlete, now I can understand this guy saying, yo, show me. Like for my instance, right, if a guy sitting there saying, yo, your floor kid's trash, man, like, I can do better than that. Okay, well, here's the tools. Let me see what you got. You see what I'm saying? Like, so now I can challenge you because you're talking like you can do it better than me. Now I can say, yo, fan, you've been watching from way over there, and I ain't never see you get up and pick up on mop. You know what I'm saying? Because you talking like you can do better than me. I never see you pick that mop up. So show me right now what you can do. That I can understand cooking a nigga for, man. Because like I said, he's talking like there's people out there that do talk shit. Or people that are just being disrespectful. Like that too. Like they just disrespecting the athlete just to disrespect them, or the actor or whatever. Fam, you get out here and do it. I can understand that. or you disrespecting that fan because he's doing it to himself. He's saying disrespectful shit. So now, when you disrespect him, that's what he deserves. That I can understand. But just for somebody having an opinion, and because you don't like their critique, and you want to just say, well, your opinion don't count because you ain't played. Like, come on, that's to me, that's not right. Even if the person is not that good in the game, like why can't they have an opinion on what they see? Like, as long as they're not disrespecting the athlete, I don't see why a person can't have an opinion. But anyways, man, I'll let you guys go, man. Many Face Publishing, I'm out. Peace.